Alright, now let's take a look at our first example on using the binomial expansion formula. If you look at the question we have on the board, the question is divided into two parts. So that is to say that in order not to be doing a very lengthy kind of video, we are going to divide this video for the answer to this question into two parts as well. So the first part is going to answer number one question, and the second part of the video is going to answer the number two question. So without wasting much of our time, let us look at the number one question. So if you look at what we have on the board, the question is, using the binomial theorem, expand 1 plus 2x to the power of 5, simplifying all the terms. And then the question number two is, use your expansion to calculate the value of 1.02 to the power of 5 correct to significant figure. And if you look at this question, it is being adopted from the past WAEC examination. So without wasting our time, let us look at the number one. So I'm going to be working the number one on this side of the board. So for the number one, what we have is what? 1 plus 2x to the power of what? To the power of 5. Using the binomial expansion formula, we are going to have it as, now in this aspect now, our x, if we are to compare it to the other one we had earlier, where we have something like x plus y raised to the power of 5. So it simply means that in this case now, our x is equals to 1 and our y is equals to what? 2x by comparing. Are we there now? By comparison rather. By comparison, our x is equals to 1 and our y equal to what? 2x. So that means we are working with it that way. So that means to say that we are going to have here as 1 to the power of 5. Then we'll now have 5 to combine 1. So we'll have here as 1 to the power of 4. Then we have what? 2x. Is that not? Then the next one is 5 to combine what? 2. We'll now have 1 to the power of what? 3. And then we have 2x to the power of 2. Likewise, we'll still have here as 5 to combine what? 3. We'll have 1 to the power of 2. Then we have 2x. Sorry. Then we have what? 2x to the power of 3. And then we'll still have plus. We have 5 to combine 4. Then we'll still have 1. And then we'll have 2x to the power of 4. And then the last one is 5 to combine with what? With 5. And then we'll see, yeah, the power of 1 now becomes 0. So we are going to have this to the power of what? Of 5. Then if we proceed to our answer now, 1 to the power of 5 is the same thing as 1. Now remember what I showed us in the last video. We see that when you have 5 combine 1 or 5 select 1, you see the same thing as saying 5 factorial all over 5 minus 1 factorial 1 factorial, which at the end is still going to give you what? Is still going to give you 5. So that means here we are going to have 5. Then 1 to the power of 4 is still 1. So we are going to have it as 1. Yeah, we are going to have it as 5 times 1 times what? 2x. That is what we are going to have. Then plus. Now 5 to combine 2. If you use your calculator and do that, you also have what? You agree with me that you are still going to have what? You are still going to have 10. So we are going to have 10 there. So we're going to have 10 times 1 times then 2x to the power of 4. I mean 2x to the power of 2. That will give us what? 4x squared. Then plus. Then 5 to select 3. Also, you see the same thing as what? As 10. If you work that on your calculator, so that means you are still going to have what? We are going to have 10 times 1 times then 2 to the power of 3 is what? Is 8. So we are going to have 8x to the power of 3. Then the next one is what? Is plus. Now 5 to select what? To 4. That will give us 5. Are we there now? Because 5 minus 4 is 1. So 1 factorial is the same thing as 1. So we are going to have 5 here. So we have our 1 times, then 2 to the power of 4 is 16. So we have this 16x raised to the power of 4. Then plus 5 to select 5 is 1 on your calculator. Then 2 to the power of this will give us what? 32x to the power of 5. So by the time we bring out everything now, we are going to have 1 plus 5 times 1 times 2x is what? Is 10x, plus 5 times 1 times 4x squared, that is 40x squared, plus 10 times 1 times 8, that should give us what? 80x to the power of 3, plus then 5 times 1 times 16, that will still give us another 80x to the power of what? 4, then plus 32x to the power of what? Of 5. Are we there now? So this is the answer to the first question, which is telling us to use what? The binomial theorem or binomial expansion formula to expand this function. So in our next video, we will now be looking at the second question, which is number 2. See you in the next video.